Hey all, and welcome back. And today we have a new competitor for Hot Wheels. We have the Blokee Wheels CT01. This is a Hot Wheels diecast style version vehicles they're doing that you can build that capture alt modes of Transformers. Now they did some blind box series, but I wanted the Optimus Prime for sure. And so rather than buying a bunch of random blind boxes that I may or may not get it, this one gives me the truck mode as well as the trailer. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging. We have some nice photographs on the front, interesting design style. I like this orange sort of motif they've done on here. And then on the back, we have the different configurations. We have Optimus Prime, little bio about him. And I think that looks pretty promising. So let's go ahead and get this out of the packaging and see if it's worthy of our collection. And then out of the packaging, we have some nicely painted silvers. There's some very vibrant blues, nicely molded pieces all around. Now let's go ahead and get this Prime assembled. I'm really impressed with how high quality these Blokee wheels are. The molding is very nice, the die cast is nice on the cab. I like the assembly and the fact that the wheels roll fairly well, and the paint that's on the trailer and everywhere else is just such a nice detail, especially considering the price. The trailer has lots of configurations. As you can see here, it opens up just like the G1 figure, and we have the repair bay with roller. The drone can be taken off and put on roller, and it looks pretty decent, but it also can be added on to the back of Optimus Prime, which is a nice little touch and adds to the play factor. While roller does fit in the back of the trailer, other vehicles do not fit in there as well, which is unfortunate considering their own line doesn't really suit this. However, they do work in the repair mode. Another neat thing about the cab is we do have an option here, not a lot of optional parts, but we do have an option of an airfoil or the smokestacks. And honestly, I prefer the smokestacks because it is more akin to G1 Optimus Prime. Now this driver did come with my hot rod, but since the Jeep has no obvious driver, I felt he fit best there. Unfortunately, the driver does not fit in roller. But you can check, he does fit Prime if we take off the cab and put him in like this. Now for some comparisons. Here he is with some of the other Blokee wheels in the line. I wanted to show how he looks with the RPM movie Optimus Prime. I actually think it scales well. I'd consider buying some more of these because I wanted these wheels to put on the Hot Wheel ones. However, now that Blokees are readily available, if I did get one of these blind box, I might do some conversions to it to make it more G1. Speaking of which, we recently got our Hot Wheels G1. Now, this does match the size. I've left it in the package until I find a second one. I do not love the wheels on here. I feel like this is too speedster, race car-y for a semi-truck. I think with these wheels would be better. However, looking at the trailer hitch, we can see they would not be compatible. This uses a peg very similar to the G1 toy, and this has a hole. So what would be more ideal is if we had another one of these that could switch the cab over. However, I'm hoping that maybe a later series, they can reissue this with a different cab. Also want to show what he looks like with a Matchbox semi-truck. And lastly, the Hot Wheels Track Fleet version. As you can see, this is considerably smaller, so of course not compatible at all. It's interesting that this is a different scale than a standard Hot Wheels vehicle. However, I think it's still pretty cool. I think if Blokees continues doing this kind of high quality work on different franchises, I would love to see them tackle different automobile franchises like just JDM, classic car lines, Initial D, anything to do with cars. They could really take on things that maybe Hasbro hasn't done yet, especially maybe anime vehicles. So anyway, let us know in the comments below if this is worthy of your collection, like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.